name's Zeta Rivers. I like to host and headline some of my own shows, because sometimes when I am the opening comedian for like a big famous guy, no matter how well it's going, 15 minutes in, the crowd gets a little antsy. They're like, we love you, but we're here for the puppets. And so I thought, since I'm obviously the biggest star on the show tonight, you know, I'm the big famous... Yeah. Look, I'm a Seattle 6, but I'm a North Bend 11, so it's... No, I thought if I host the show and let you know, like, hey, the puppets couldn't make it tonight. Wow, you guys stand up. Wait, there were puppets? Fuck. Sorry, there are no puppets. I lied to you. I can do an impression. Do you want an impression? All right, this is my impression of Arnold Schwarzenegger ordering the wrong sandwich. Okay. Arnold Schwarzenegger ordering the wrong... He orders the right sandwich, but he receives the wrong sandwich. That's important. Yeah, thank you. I don't want to mess up the intro. So very... All right, let me get in character. It's not a tuna! Look, my goal is just to set the bar so low that the rest of the show can't only go up from here. Yes, thank you. Someone respects me. This is a self-produced comedy show, which means I rent the venue and I run some ads, and sometimes people show up. So I really appreciate that. The benefit of doing that is you cut out the middleman. You could potentially make more money. The downside is I have to read all the Facebook comments myself. So, yeah, some of you are assholes. No, but I really do appreciate you coming out. It means more, because for every person that is actually here and bought a ticket, there was like 6 more on Facebook going, this guy sucks, he's not funny. I used to beat him up in high school. And I'm like, you're not helping, Dad. And, yeah. I am a Mount Si High School graduate. Thank you. Listen, don't cheer like that's a huge accomplishment. I'm still here, you know, so... Although, hell yeah, we sold out the North Bend Theater. Who's the high school quarterback now, bitches? I bet you have regrets. Probably not. Yeah, well, I lived here through high school and with my parents. My parents moved to Vermont and lived in the middle of the woods in Vermont for 10 years, and they just moved to Las Vegas this year. So now they're having like culture shock. And my dad said he's really excited to check out restaurants again, because there were no restaurants in the middle of the woods. And he told me he found the perfect restaurant. He's saving it for like a special date night, and it's called Twin Peaks. Which is more of a restaurant, let's be honest, right? It's like Hooters for dummies. It's, yeah, I mean, if you're picking a skirt over type pants, you're wrong. This got awkward. Listen, so my dad is really excited because he thinks there's a TV show called Twin Peaks that filmed in North Bend, and he thinks that they're related somehow. And I try to tell him, like, why do you think there would be a North Bend, Washington themed restaurant in Las Vegas? And he was like, well, the Eiffel Tower's here, and that's not from Vegas, so it's just... I was like, all right. I think I'm just gonna let him go. You know, I try to tell him, but I think I'm just gonna let him go have a, you know, good Valentine's Day or whatever. Like, what's the worst that happens? He accidentally spices up his marriage, you know? So we're just gonna let him have a good time. I'm very famous, so you came to a great show.
Sorry, wait, what?
But that was not the funny part. A couple years ago, I did a special with this website called Dry Bar Comedy. Any Dry Bar Comedy fans in the house? 2 people, that's good. There are gonna be a lot of curse words tonight. If you're not familiar, Dry Bar Comedy is like Netflix for Mormons. And I'm not Mormon, by the way. That sounded defensive. I used to look very Mormon. Even as a kid, if I rode a bicycle, my whole neighborhood went into lockdown. So, not that there's anything wrong with Mormons. There's a couple things. But the point, listen. If you're not familiar with the Mormon religion, you're not allowed to have like alcohol or caffeine or fun, right? Unless your idea of fun is riding a bicycle in a suit. So they made a service where you can edit out offensive parts of TV shows. say you're like a Mormon boy, you want to watch Game of Thrones, but you're offended by nudity, you select from a drop-down menu, no nudity, and then you just watch the other 13 minutes of Game of Thrones. I told my dad that service existed, and he was like, do they have the opposite service? I was like, I think that's just called porn, Dad. I don't know. How much dialogue is there to skip? Here's your pizza. Fucking boring. Let's get to the tits. Dry Bar is a little mad at me because I had to get all my jokes pre-approved for the Mormon audience. And I used to have a joke at the end of my show like, hey, if you like me, track me down on Facebook or YouTube or Tinder. Brr. And they were like, you can't say Tinder, that's a sex app. And I was like, all right, how about Adult Friend Finder? And they were like, friends are good, we're cool with that, yeah? It's a wholesome choice. And then they just put it out. And now they're like, fuck. Well, they probably said, gosh. They ended up getting sued by Disney for $60 million because check this out, you're not allowed to take people's movies and edit them and then charge people to watch it. Who would have seen that coming? But bank error in my favor because after that they were like, who else can we take advantage of? And they're like, comedians don't read contracts. So I filmed a special, got 15 million views in the first year, and after the year, hell yeah, I owed them $5,000. Yeah, so that's why I'm here. Take your money in person. Honestly, that's what's weird about the Kanye West situation. Got real fucking quiet. Oh, shit. If you haven't heard, I don't know if you have the internet out here, but Kanye hates all Jews because he thinks the record label didn't pay him enough. I promise I'm not going to say anything racist. I don't even see Jew. So, I'm so not racist, I'm still streaming Kanye's music because I want the Jews to get their money. Like, I'm an ally. But he feels underpaid. He was worth $1 billion. Can you be underpaid if you have $1 billion by definition? I mean, don't get me wrong, he used to make amazing music. I'm not denying that, unlike what he does with the Holocaust. But I'm just saying, I've been a comedian for 14 years, Kanye. That's not Jews, that's just show business. I'm getting fucked by Mormons. Like, it has nothing to do. Well, they're not fucking me, they're just inside and someone else is jumping on the bed. That's a really good reaction on a soaking joke. What is going on in North Bend since I left? You guys get kinky out here. I like it. Nothing else to do. Yeah. Well, just try to refrain from it during the show, please. That would be... You're a little close. You're within squirting distance. So... Whoa! Heavens to Betsy, Andrew, calm down. Yeah, this North Bend audience can only take too many sex jokes. We did soaking, we did squirting. What else is left on the checklist? Pegged? Oh, well, that was a rhetorical question, actually, but thanks for sneaking that one in there. Hey! All right. I have a friend who's 21 years old, because I'm hip and I'm cool. And we were watching a movie the other day, and this canceled actor popped up on the screen, and it really sucked because we forgot he was in the movie, but it just ruined the experience. We're thinking about the shitty things that the guy did for 20 minutes instead of watching, you know, and you're like, oh, Kevin Spacey as a love interest, that really kills the mood, you know? And it really makes the plot line not believable. So, but I was thinking, you know, we need a Netflix for liberals. We have a Netflix for Mormons. What about a Netflix for liberals where it shows every actor that was canceled that's in the movie and what they got canceled for, and then you can decide whether to skip the scene. Like, you know, it's like, oh, possession of cocaine, and you're like, oh, that's not a big deal, you know. And then it's like jerked off in front of a girl in his trailer, and you're like, ah, it's a really good movie. Just won't post about it. And then it's like, voted Republican once in 1984. Fuck that! Cancel this! Take away his family! He doesn't deserve to have a career. can't believe, who gets canceled and who survives the test. I can't believe Van Gogh paintings are still worth millions of dollars. That guy cut his ear off and mailed it to a woman. Talk about unwanted advances. He's like, I'll show you who's a good listener, I guess it had to be hard to flirt back then. You couldn't just send a dick pic, You had to paint it. Have someone deliver it by hand, Hey, this one's for my girlfriend, this one's for my mom. Don't mix them up, please, Also, you're a bird. This is gonna go well. That was the first tweet. Okay, I'm making you guys angry with my jokes. That's what I like. Well, tonight I'm going to be, once I headline, I'm going to be telling jokes that'll hopefully be a part of my third special. So hopefully you guys can tell me which ones are good and which ones to not tell anymore. Don't stop the show and go, fucking boo. Just laugh at everything and I'll figure it out later, actually. It seems like it's too complicated for you. Comedy is weird like that. It's the only art form that the audience gets a say in the creation, right? Imagine if Picasso was painting and had to have an audience. People would be like, that's not where the nose goes. And he's like, fuck you, it's gonna be worth a lot. Or maybe he would have quit, That's what I would do if I had a time machine. Like, people want to go back and kill Hitler, I would stop Kenny G from ever making music. And I wouldn't murder him, I'd just go back in time and be like, this shit sucks, dog, And then maybe he would quit, and save us all the torture.